What
Okay,
is this?
welcome back to D&D, boys. Last we left off, our group had defeated the Grand Artificer of Earth through some shenanigans. He managed to get away. However, one of you, Solomon, did decide to go ahead and use the scythe, as without that, the only option more than likely would have been to leave the city. In doing that, it allowed him to
So he admits it.
phase through shadow. At least that's what you guys said verbatim. So I'm repeating exactly what Zane said.
Okay.
Wait, did anyone do the countdown? Cut.
Yes. So
I wanna do it.
I think it's my
we
turn.
don't have a lot of time. So
Your camera's not working.
you're able to basically phase through shadow.
It is.
let down
I'm
the smoke
just-
trail, to his location, finish him off, and then come back. On the job well done, as the city began swarming, you guys took refuge in Kuzen's tower. And
Oh
basically
my god, an actual
gave
monitor.
you guys 3 weeks to hang out and wait and let things die down a little bit, as his apprentice had taken over the Grand Artificers of Earth's role, as you know, it kind of has slipped to the wayside. During this time, you guys had a little bit of downtime. Some of you chose to use this downtime to throw a tea party.
Yes.
Some of you chose to do research, make items, train, ask for inventions, and get information. And we kind of are going to collect at the end of the 3 weeks, as Kuzen, for the first time, officially calls you into his chambers. As you all come in one by one. Well, you'd think I'd have this information, but I don't.
Way to be organized there, Ox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job, me. Okay, so
Ox, good job for DMing. I appreciate it.
as you guys enter in, welcome all. I'm sure you're all stir crazy to leave my chambers anytime now. I believe at this point, while the city is still on high alert, it has calmed, and they believe, while they are still looking, that there seem to be no other targets for this assassination attempt. However, the Grand Artificers are not to leave their towers without proper guards in the future.
Sounds like a little bit of an inconvenience for you.
I do most of my interactions outside of here through my trustworthy family members, as you have met them before. Yes,
Hey, no, sorry, this is out of game. I would just want to clarify something.
Yep.
Did we ever touch base on the golem that had the red eyes? He melted it down, from what we know, correct?
I mean, he ordered them to. We don't know if it actually
ordered them
happened.
Oh, yeah, I said from what we know.
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't know.
I just wanted to confirm.
I know we've already got it, but did they find Merlin's gear?
I mean, we have it.
Hey, you guys already got it.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't get it, so yeah, got it through another way.
So, my apprentice is now privy to the old artificer's works, and they are most harrowing. He won't even tell me specifically, but he tells me that there is a way into the keep from the bottom. Above a underground lake, a long shaft has been drawn. This lake smelling of foul, vile desiccants, waste being thrown. But that is your inn.
You said it was underneath the lake?
No, it's above a lake and above an underground lake.
So we have to go in through the rubbish chute.
Unless you have come up with another idea.
I can water
Nope,
walk
that's
us out
fine.
of water.
I'm
Yep,
okay
we
with
came
that.
here because we already had an idea, and we just wanted to see if you had one.
Guys, I'm able to use water walk, so we don't have to worry about falling or bringing a boat.
You have to fly. It's on the top of the cave.
When we go down the chute, so we don't go in the water.
You're going
Oh, yeah.
up the chute.
We're going, yeah.
Yeah, where?
Why does a garbage chute go up?
It goes up
No,
into the
it goes
keep.
it goes down,
Remember,
but we're going up it to
The
get into
keep
the
is
keep.
right here. There's
Okay.
a long chute through the stone, and there is a.
I didn't
underground
realize the
lake
keep would
under
be
it.
right up top of it.
Next
Yes.
time I make a campaign, I'm gonna make a keep with a garbage chute going up.
Just a smokestack. Just.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's got a permanent anti-grav spell on it. You just.
You just the aristocrats fire trash into the city.
Peasants.
There's a whole
Oh,
culture on, or economy based on the shit that gets lobbed at them.
Do you
I
have
actually
already-
hate.
Logan, do you already have expertise on your forge tools?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. I was gonna. If you didn't have that, I was gonna give that to you.
Yeah, I
I'll give
gave
you.
up.
I'll give you advantage on like trying to analyze like dwarven made equipment.
My dwarven.
Because you're in a
Because you-
dwarf city,
because-
nuts.
Because you're in a
Oh.
dwarf city and you studied with their.
You studied
their
under a
smith
dwarf?
master.
All right.
Elvin. It's Elvin
giving me
Smith.
this advantage? Kuzin, did you do that thing for me, or is it gonna take longer than 3 weeks?
Oh, it's already put on.
Oh, okay, perfect. And you gave me the button.
Yes.
You.
Tell them of your ridiculous plan. It's a good plan. but it is
Okay.
ridiculous.
All right. So at the beginning of the week, I had an idea. The dwarf that I talked to, I don't know if I even told you that part. I talked to a dwarf that apparently had this.
We've all talked
Wait,
to
is,
dwarves.
is anyone around other than us?
No,
he
just
said
Kuzin
around-
and y'all.
the dwarf who had this before me said something about you wield it, eventually it takes over and you slaughter a bunch of people. And the vampire said it,
Oh,
but he confirmed it.
okay.
So I have this idea that if I'm gonna use it, eventually it's probably gonna take me over because I'm kind of weak-willed sometimes, and it'll get me. I know my weaknesses. And so I got these little cufflinks on that when you hit this button and then I put it back in my bag, it cuts my hands off. So I can't kill people with the scythe.
Cub is
Saluna,
smiling.
Saluna, I'm gonna be honest. I trust you the most not to cut my hands off. For
How
no
do you
reason
know
at
the
all.
scythe doesn't give you regeneration?
I don't, but it's an option so that hopefully you guys.
Have we talked about having Teti maybe try and be with
How
you?
do you know that you need
Teddy
your
has-
hands to
Teddy
use
has
it?
been completely silent.
I'm
basically, as you
see
got a
that's
couple of
again. I
to
thought
this
that
degree.
maybe I thought maybe put one around my neck, but I'd rather not have one around my neck. And then I thought arms. I don't know. I thought this was an okay idea if
It's better than nothing. It's a good
Exactly.
thought.
Who out of you four would like the button? Gub,
Like?
I thought you would to want to use it.
to have to
Solomon?
have the ability to
Who
cut his
has
hand
the-
off.
Solomon,
Press- What?
I will not cut your hands off unless it is absolutely necessary, and you have my word on that.
Okay, Gub. I believe
insight
you,
check.
Immediately
not-
pushes the button.
Does it really cut your hands off?
Yes, free hands! Free hands!
Pickled hands, pickled hands.
Let me level up until I get regenerate.
Gub gets killed and then it has to bring in some mysterious level 7 character.
I'm gonna hand
He could just play
gently
Solomon's hands.
hand Gub the button with my hand over the button, cupping it.
Yeah, there's
Gub,
like a lock on it. There's like.
Oh, okay,
it's
perfect.
Not, it's not like he's gonna throw it in his backpack and just.
Gub, I don't know when it's gonna happen, or if I'm gonna be able to communicate to you to cut my hands off or not. But something about my eyes will normally do it, and when I'm killing one of you guys, will probably give it away.
Don't you wear a full plate?
Gub remembers what you
Yes.
look like.
Why?
How can we see your eyes?
I'll take off my helmet. I don't know.
If you're oh, okay.
Listen, what I'm saying is there's gonna be lots of
Oh,
us in
the one indicator you said is not true.
Okay, but if I'm slaughtering friendly, if I'm killing you or Saluna or someone in there, there's a good chance that I'm not doing that for real.
Passive perceptions over 15 see smoke hands kind of billowing out the back of the scythe, grabbing onto his full plate and just kind of doing this.
Good.
They're massaging metal. They're
Not
not
like-
smart.
Do you want me to boop that for you? I have not done it today.
Might need me.
You know, I just figured out what it does. Yeah, probably.
You might need me.
Yeah, I know. Just boop it, please.
That was the most
before,
disheartened yeah I've heard.
before I change my mind. Just do it.
What if you need that orb? You're going
Shut
into
up.
a Lich's cave. You may need that to dispel magics in there.
All right, it's so Luna, we might need it to dispel magic in a potential lich's domain. So why don't you hold it till we get to the lich, and
Yeah,
if we haven't had to use it yet, you use it on the scythe.
absolutely.
Hey Solomon,
Hey, what's up?
have we tried using remove curse on that scythe?
I have a very strong feeling that it's not going to work.
Not even weaken it?
Don't think it's a curse. I think it's meant to do this. I think it's just an enchanted weapon with something in it.
Okay.
I will cut that holy symbol from his chest.
It's real rude. You don't even know what holy symbol is
Is that only Solomon that can hear that, or all of us?
Yeah. No, it's just him. He's making contact with it.
Are you gonna fuck me over? That's in my head. I don't want to say that out loud.
Yeah, yeah. I don't plan to, as long as you do what as long as you do what you've been told.
I'm just gonna bury it really deep into his chest and then drop you on the ground, and that's it. We're done.
Sure.
No, don't say sure. That's what I need to do.
Well, if you can bury it in his chest, if he's dead, sure, that's fine.
Oh, guys.
Hmm.
I forgot about this, but I can use the spell divination. And I could get a reading of our fight.
I have a very good feeling that's not gonna work. What do you mean reading on the fight? What does it say? Is it good or
You ask
bad?
a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply.
Are we all going to die?
I have a
The
feeling.
more specific you are, the better the answer.
I was thinking about maybe saying, will the scythe negatively affect us at all during the fight?
That's a pretty specific question. I thought you were gonna be like, "Are we gonna die today?" And it's gonna be maybe.
Do you guys think we should try that?
What level spell is it? 'Cause
It's
don't people,
4th,
like-
but it's a ritual.
Oh yeah, no brainer. 10 minutes per level, right? Or is it just 10 minutes?
It. Sorry, I was reading the
It's
my
a
gold.
4th level ritual spell.
It's one action, instantaneous. Well, obviously,
But
if you're
no, 10
ritual
minutes.
casting, yeah, if you're ritual casting, 10 minutes.
Alright, we can take 10 minutes out of our day.
Can I have some gold? 25 gold.
Cruising!
What?
Can I have 25 gold, please?
He likes it when you call him
Oh,
daddy
why?
too.
To learn if our one item will hinder our battle with the lich.
You don't want gold then.
For the spell I do.
You need components, not gold.
Is the component's gold?
No.
It says 25 gold points consumed.
It's
Weapon
incense and a sacrifice offering appropriate to your religion, together worth at least 25 gold.
What do I do? Sacrifice a weapon? I'm not sure what I
Sacrifice
said.
your cat. Sacrifice your cat.
It's incenses and things like that.
I can get you those. That's not an issue. You can sacrifice a weapon with the incenses. I'm just telling you, if I give you gold, I'm just your bank now.
I'm sorry, I had misunderstood my own spell.
It's okay. We all do that.
Thank you for the reassurance.
We don't do that.
Trying to make me feel good, shut up.
Oh, and if I could, I would like a piece of one of you. for scrying purposes.
You can use me.
I pull out the remote. No, no.
He goes over and he'll cut some of your hair off. And if you don't mind, if this goes poorly, I would like to have an out. So if you're willing, I would like to give you something to eat that I will have an incantation prepared, and if I finalize it, you will all die. I don't want you spilling my secret, of course.
I mean, wouldn't we die anyways?
Yeah, I feel like if we failed, we're dead anyway.
Or they capture you and torture all the answers out of you.
Oh, we're dealing with the necromancer guy who is talking to undead. So when we die, he could
Yeah,
probably get
he's
the
got a
answers out
point.
of us anyway.
Unless you can stop that from happening.
Which I hope you can. Because that'd be scary.
Yeah, why don't you just go fight the lich?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Out of character.
turn you to ash.
I was gonna say he could disintegrate us, therefore
That's-
making it very
that's-
difficult.
No
That's the
disintegrations.
plan.
Don't you have faith in us?
I do. But trust but verify.
We've been giving him collateral up to this point. I think it's only fair that we continue. To be honest, if we fail this, I don't really think there's anything.
Yeah, but what if we do it, and then you just decide to kill us because we know too much? It's just a lot of trust to put. Nah,
I
fuck it,
let
I
you
hope.
live in my
Yeah,
house, and if I was found out, I would be removed. You don't. I'll let you discuss amongst yourselves. I'll turn around.
You know what? I want to agree to it. If he wanted to kill us, he could have done it any time we were here. If he wanted us for personal gain, he could have done it.
It
Well,
wasn't
that's the thing, is
advantageous
that-
before.
Yeah, he's getting something out of us now. Before, he's just been putting stuff in.
It just seems pretty likely that 5 people he doesn't know. Why not just get rid of any opportunity for his name to be on this? If we do succeed, he does it, and no one knows who did it, but it happened. It is scary.
I agree
Alright.
with you, Solomon.
And if we even if we fail the first time, I mean, could come back and still do it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be no, that was Merlin. Never mind.
More of a contingency for being captured.
You're not supposed to be listening.
I'm turned around. I'm not deaf.
Cover your ears.
He definitely said we could discuss among ourselves for a little
he's
while.
gonna leave
Fuck
now.
off!
Yeah, cast silence on him.
Please.
Quick, silence,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, use one of your spells.
No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right
ritual
now.
cast it while he's walking. It's only 10 minutes.
Wait, do you think if he has the power to give us something to eat that turns us to ash, he definitely has something to give us to eat that erases our memory of being here. Right? Right?
I
Probably.
would rather not.
Amnesia's
Well,
better than death, right?
If,
I agree
If
with that.
we-
And I'd rather forget about being here.
To be fair, it's way easier to kill someone than make them forget something.
Yeah.
I've shot many people. I don't think I've ever made one person forget something.
Yeah, but if you were the grand artificer of fire, it's probably easier to disintegrate people. I talked myself around there.
The moment he got to foot. Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably
Too
fair.
bad he couldn't have been the artificer of rock.
Psychic.
Beat you on the back of the head.
I mean,
Can't hurt to ask, right? If he can give us amnesia instead of murdering us.
there is a spell modify memory.
Why don't we just ask him if he has it?
Yeah, he probably has it. Who's in?
Yeah.
Is there any
Uh.
way that you could modify our memory instead of killing us?
Well, it's not as fun, but yes.
Wow.
If we weren't as far as we are into this plan, that would seriously concern me.
Well, the big issue comes of wiping your memory before you go taking you to the pit, removing everything up until this point for this day. I guess I could leave a note that says you gotta go up there.
Well, could you just give us something, and if we fail, you wipe our memory? That was the plan. If we fail, you'd kill us.
I assumed that he was gonna use Gias or something to
Guys.
or Gaius or whatever however it's pronounced.
Quest.
Quest, yeah.
Well, kind of out of character and whatnot, I've got some thoughts, but if he's standing right there, I'm not going to voice some of them.
You could just say it when we're huddled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
What about like a small piece of bread that has modified memory?
Why don't you just leave us a trail of breadcrumbs after you modify your memory?
What about okay?
Can the thing be once if we come back afterwards? Can he remove whatever it is so he can't kill us?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think if you
The only
did want-
part that can be modified is a day ago for up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool, so get rid of that and we're good.
Yeah.
We know more.
You've
than
been
that.
here for
Well, then
3 weeks.
I'm kidding.
But
I
yes,
thought it was obvious.
after
I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm saying I would appreciate it.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome. You guys
Okay.
ready to go?
great.
We're not gonna fail, Kuzin, so there's no point in preparing to fail.
Not to mention, we're already the ones who are about to face a lich.
I don't want to live in a world where I fail, so it's not gonna happen.
And if we're
That's
about
just
to
added
fail, I'll
stress.
kill myself.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'll
I don't want to be tortured by a lich.
I'll kill Gub too if we're about to lose.
no, I'm gonna cut off his hands before he can kill me. If he
I'll
tries to
beat it-
kill me,
I'll
I
headbutt
will.
him.
that's
cut
one hell
off
of a
his
way
head.
to escape from a
You
grapple.
think these stumps can't kill you, Gub?
I
I'll smite you
definitely,
with my stumps.
I will shoot you before
He
you can
can-
come anywhere
How
near
you
me.
gonna shoot me if I don't have hands?
He can smite with those stumps.
Are we seriously doing this right now?
No.
Do you want to go? You want to go, Solomon?
As I expected from you all, your morale is high.
We've had 3
Oh, no,
weeks to.
Oh, we're in denial.
We had a really good tea party a while
This-
ago.
this
I'm
pla-
just trying to hold on to that.
This
If we
place should
pretend
be
like
called
nothing's
denial.
bad happening, then we can get through anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what a lich is yet.
Before we go,
I'm real
could-
happy to.
would it be okay for me to? Actually, is what's his name here? The guy
I
that
thought you
we've
guys
been-
were just pronouncing fish wrong.
Who?
the guy that we've been traveling with for fucking ages.
Braylon?
Daneth.
Daneth?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe we should
We're
send
not
him a note
fighting
and just
Mitch?
let him know that we are kind of doing something a bit dangerous, so he knows what we're doing.
Oh, he knows what we're doing.
Listen,
He- we
ever
have not
since we've
talked to
been
anyone
here, it's been
in 3
dangerous.
weeks.
We haven't been able to.
Wait,
Listen.
he's got a point. They might think we're just dead.
Solomon,
Okay.
can you send more women?
Could you imagine if they're gone?
No.
Can we send him a
sorry.
message?
Last session we had someone go.
Yeah. Yeah,
message
there was communication sent. I do remember that.
Oh,
now.
okay. All right, then
Okay.
we don't need to worry about it then.
Well, out of character, I was
Well,
thinking
well.
kind of write down what we're doing and what's going on. Kind of the backup plan. If we die, release this to the newspapers.
Okay,
Why?
everyone.
Don't want to fuck them over if we lose.
Also, the newspapers are definitely government controlled.
Yeah.
There's
Also,
no
it's
way.
too dark to read newspapers down here.
Yeah, yeah, there's no newspaper.
They only have one tree. You think they can make paper?
Everybody, before we go into the battle too, remember that Gub gave us the beads of
Yes.
All right.
They
Also,
have a
might be
tree
very
that
helpful.
grows like a regular tree.
Solomon,
and it thinks friends are coming. What?
remember the backup plan.
And I pat the undead chicken on my side.
Yes, I forgot.
I forgot
But-
a lark lied to a tree.
That tree is gonna be real disappointed if we die.
Wait, what tree?
All right,
The
guys,
tree
we're
that
off
you
to
lied
kill
to.
Mitch.
Let's go kill us a fish.
You gotta spell fish.
So how are we
really
gonna
weird down
fly?
here.
Have we figured that out yet?
Listen, if we can figure out how to kill a lich, I'm pretty sure we'll figure out how to fly.
All right.
If we're leveled, that would be
Gub's,
easy.
Gub's got a grappling hook. doesn't he?
Oh,
Gub, how far does your grappling hook shoot?
Nice. How far?
What?
Sorry, I was reading something.
How far does it shoot? Nice.
That's why I left.
That depends. Would I have been able to make that like 10-foot lead thing, Ox?
No, you made a rare.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll give you a 5-foot lead.
What'd you
That's
make?
Five
yeah,
foot
you
lead?
can make you can make a 10-foot lead. That's fine.
Okay.
Can I use a ritual to give him metal
50
lead
feet.
of rope?
He already has a metal lead. That's what he
50
that's
feet?
what he's doing.
Okay. That's good. Does anyone
He
else
doesn't want
have
that
an-
long. He just wants a small amount.
Wait, can you morph into something that can get us up there, Saluna?
I can climb.
You turn into the spider.
Wait,
I don't know how to fly yet.
how far up is it?
I don't know. You'll have to speak to the Artificer of Earth.
We killed him though.
No, it's Vaseline, you idiot.
It is a
Oh,
title.
Vaseline. Oh. I thought we killed the. Did we kill the Earth dude?
The whole reason we killed the old one was so that we could have the new one.
I didn't know it was that quick. Jesus. I
It's
don't know
been 3
bureaucracy
weeks!
here. I don't know bureaucracy here. I've been reading all that time.
I don't think they can
John,
go
why
3
did you
weeks
think
without
we
one of
killed
the
that man?
artificers.
Leave me alone, alright?
No, I'm seriously asking why you think we killed him.
It's been a long week. I didn't get invited to the
It's
tea
been
party.
3 weeks.
You absolutely
you did!
got invited.
Yes, you did.
Alright,
Shut your mouth.
I purposely avoided that tea party message. To waste my time reading for 3 weeks.
Now you understand why Gub wanted the remote.
Now I feel bad about that.
Can't drink more any. Oh no, you can't drink tea again if you don't have hands.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's go see good old Vaseline.
One of my
Slippery
slaves will
fuck.
be taking you to the underground lake.
Which one?
Okay.
One of them. Does it
Do you-
matter?
Yeah, is one of them named Joshua?
No.
We
That would
already
That would
He
help.
doesn't
I don't
have
know.
We
it's
asked
been
that
3
last
weeks.
week, and
we asked that last time.
We're real original guys.
We'll just call him Joshua. He's a slave.
You are so rude.
Joshua too.
Shut up,
But
slave.
also,
Alright.
okay, can we do this now? Can we kill a king?
Yodren.
Children.
Ah, Joshua,
You Brenner?
My
the
name-
boy.
My name's not Joshua, and this is going to be a really long trip. You keep talking me. Might just walk
Okay.
you past the guards a few times.
Oh, Kuzum would be pretty upset if you did that.
As Kuzin goes, he's in charge. As he leaves.
Okay.
Follow
go
what he
ahead.
says. He will keep you safe.
Alright, Kuzin, glad you want this mission to fail.
We trust you will guide us safely. Thank you.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
This is gonna be a long trip.
Gub's not gonna say anything this whole trip.
Would it make you feel better if my name was Joshua?
What, yes?
Okay, well, alright.
Well, fuck you.
You get 2 minutes.
Tell you what, we'll compromise, meet in the middle. Can we call
Joshua.
you Vaseline?
No, that's a
Why?
Artificer's title.
You
So
could,
it's fine.
but
We
There's
meet in
no
the
way
middle.
it's a title.
It's his name.
Whatever, it's fine.
Artificer
Call you
of Vaseline.
What was your name? Yildren?
Ah, the secret fifth element.
Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Is your
Yaldrin.
name Yaldrin? Alright, that works out.
Air. Vaseline. Sorry.
Keep going, put these on. Easy throws to all of you.
Those what?
Cloaks.
Those cloaks to all of you.
I put it on.
I didn't
Alright, I'm not asking this to be annoying. What color are they?
I'm double cloaking it.
They're all like dark brown.
Okay.
Do we still have our collars on? We have to, right?
You can take them off. You're in his house. You don't have to.
No, but he said that we had to keep them on because they had anti-scrying shit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I'd hope we have them on.
I can't wait till we can take these fucking collars off for real.
Out of
Yeah,
this.
I can't wait till
slave
we
lady.
aren't slaves.
Me too.
Well, we aren't we freed right now?
Yeah, but I
Still
mean,
posing.
appearance is everything, really.
He takes you guys down a winding staircase and begins leading you into a long kind of sewer system. As you come up, you're on one of the edges of this city. As he takes you, he walks you in through a mining town. As you guys begin just kind of walking through the tunnels, passing a number of miners along the way. It's about 4 to 5 hours of walking, and eventually there is a large lake that has begun to form. And the first thing that hits you before you see the water is the smell of rot, the smell of tainted water, bile, refuse, everything, and the water is thick with this deep, deep red, red and brown that just kind of mix. There's almost this kind of chunkiness to the water itself.
How does it smell?
Survival check? I mean, I just described it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, does it make me? I know that you said it smells rancid, but like, does it smell like anything similar? Does it smell like poop? Is there poop? Do I smell poop?
Yeah, I mean, it smells like poop and blood and piss and,
Good.
you know, just garbage, all that.
Gob, is this a big mush pit?
This is not mush.
World's biggest
Oh,
mush.
okay.
This is much worse than mush.
Bigger mush.
I
So,
purify food and drink.
Mush doesn't have poop in it, okay? Listen, we have standards for our mush.
I am pretty sure you. So where is this tunnel?
Okay, a little bit of poop gets in the mush occasionally, but that's just
Kind of look
Nice.
up.
Can't see the ceiling. It quickly fades. It's very high risen.
so we have to go up there.
And Vaseline is somewhere in the water.
What?
Come on. As he starts walking in.
What?
He might be able to make. He is Earth, so maybe he can make a staircase or something.
Is he getting like fully surrounded by this shit, or does he have like
Yeah,
a?
he's walking through it. Gets up to about his waist.
Gubs walked in worse.
He's eating.
If we wait 10
Walk
minutes,
on.
I can cast water walk.
Gub can do it too, but
He's
Oh.
getting out of your line of sight now. Only got 60-foot vision.
Did
I
you
mean,
want to come
how
back?
far-
We can cast the spell to make it so we don't have to walk in the shit water.
I'm already in it.
Well, wait. Some of us don't want to be in it.
Gob, come here.
I'm in already.
Oh.
You can walk on it because you have.
I can walk on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Gob, can you carry my cat?
Do we have to go under? Like, do we have to go into it? Can I walk on it?
Yeah, you can walk on it.
Well,
No, I'm
rescue
asking
chute's
him.
gonna be up there, so
The chute's
you
above
don't
us.
have to go under. Because the
Okay.
chute's
I'm gonna walk on it. I'll take your cat.
Well, if we're not going under, I don't think I need you to.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Is water walk a ritual?
Yeah,
Oh,
but Ox, this is thick water.
Can
Does he have
If you
thick
got
water
water-
walk?
Is it dummy thick though?
No.
I got fuck this. Selena does not want to jump in this water, but she will.
How much does Selena weigh?
Druid to ask a lady how much she weighs.
Yeah, didn't we
Selena, how
figure
much
that
do you
out?
weigh?
Like a few 100 pounds, like 700 or something.
It says any liquid, so it doesn't matter if it's not entirely water.
I was busted your thick
Yeah,
water.
I think it's about 800 pounds or so.
I can carry somebody about 200-ish pounds.
Yeah, I'm half horse.
Corey, do you
remember?
want me to carry you?
What'd you say,
What'd you say?
Corey?
I have equipment too, so
Well, yeah, that was just a rough estimate. I can carry 230 more before I'm just encumbered.
Well, water walk gives up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range.
Oh wait, hold on. No, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. I have 380 lift. Yeah, because my sheet does encumbered and heavily encumbered, and we're not using those rules, right?
If you're trying to carry me, probably going to be
I
encumbered.
mean, we are using the encumbered rules. Absolutely.
So we have encumbered and then heavily encumbered.
Yes.
Are you just walking in it, Logan?
I thought that's what we were all doing because we had to.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to go into
We'll
it.
just walk. We'll just fuck it.
He
just
said
walk.
he's walking out of sight.
Yeah,
We-
he's walking outside.
It's
the
either
60
follow
feet
him or
range.
don't.
Yeah, and I'm asking him, do we have to walk in it or
He
just
said
on
yes.
it?
Yeah, can you
No,
wait a
he-
moment so we can cast this spell? Basically.
Sure, I'll see you in there.
Fair enough. Whatever.
I'll just start following him since I can.
Yeah.
And see if he goes under or anything.
As you as you keep going, no, he just keeps walking, and eventually, as you walk out for about 15 minutes, there is a stone pillar that has been raised with a heavy gradient. As he begins climbing up it, as he goes up, you just hear, "You smell like shit." Starts like, and you start seeing like a little magic light just kind of like brush over his robes.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just like grappling hook up so that I don't have to climb.
Okay. Yep. Pull yourself up. Gub, it's good to see you again.
Yes, you too, Grand Artificer of Earth, and I'll kind of give a half-assed bow.
His collar is gone.
I thought he didn't have one originally.
Vaseline did have a collar.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the red.
I am the Grand Artificer of Earth.
I thought the red was fake though. So, but yeah.
He
I know.
was wearing a collar. That's all I will say.
No, but I could have sworn when he took us to Kuzin, you were like, "Hey, you notice his collar was gone."
He
Ooh.
didn't follow you guys ever.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it takes 10 minutes for everyone else to catch up. So you guys walk
Why does it take 10 minutes to catch up?
because he's casting a ritual spell.
Yeah,
to
I
walk.
can just do it.
As you get
Oh,
up there,
I
his
just walked.
Yeah, Corey's up there too. As you get up there, he's like, just casts prestidigitation to clean off your robes and your armor and equipment. Cool. As we wait, everyone gets water walk. Vaseline's like, I don't have a lot of time before people are going to ask questions. Where are they?
Me and Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, now 10 minutes matters when we're 3 hours into a journey. Okay.
Plan time.
Yeah.
It's more of why is only half your group here? Okay. You guys eventually walk out there, find the column, climb up. Good to see you all again.
Yeah.
So, 500 feet up. There's a small porthole about maybe 6 feet wide. A small circle's been dug. They push things and drop things out of it,
I can see.
obviously. From this point, you're on your own. Do have a gift from the Artificer of Fire, though. A way to get you up safely. He hands
Thank
a
you.
scroll to Gub. And he hands a scroll to... Is he the one who can cast arcane spells?
Yep.
He hands 2 scrolls to Gub.
What do they say?
They're both fly spells.
How many can I use that on?
One is a 5th level fly spell, which is 3 targets. And one
Okay.
is a 3rd level fly spell. The problem is it requires concentration. So, he's going to cast one of them.
Okay.
That's only 4 people.
A 4th level and a 5th level.
Oh, I thought you
You
said
said
third level.
No.
Hey, you could have just
Yeah,
cast it on me and
that's five
rode me up or
people.
something. Or rode on Alaric's shoulders.
True. Um. But yeah. Yeah.
You've done good work in the
Alrighty.
city so far. Don't fail.
Do you think I will fit through this hole?
Said it was 5 feet. I think you'll be good.
Ah,
6.
fair enough.
6 feet. 6
Okay.
feet. Yeah.
6 feet in circumference altogether. Like if you angle up, you could probably
Oh,
bend
6
it,
feet
like,
in circumference?
or sorry, 6 feet in like diameter.
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 So if she
Yeah.
just angles her body up and flies up, she should be fine.
It's like when you're moving a table, you got to put the legs in first and then go through.
No. But at this point, good luck, my friends.
you.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
Don't forget us little people.
Oh shit!
Fly away.
What did my my divination say, Ox?
What are you casting it on specifically?
Remember earlier?
Oh, about the scythe?
Yeah,
Is he gonna? What was it? What was it exactly?
I had asked, is the scythe going? Did I say badly intervene or intervene?
I think it was just
Intervene.
intervene or negatively affect. I think is
Negatively
what you
affect our
said.
fight.
Depends if he uses
And I think
it.
that was whether we were gonna boop it or not. I'm not too sure about that though. Sorry to bring that up now. I
No,
remembered
that's
it.
fine. Okay. As you cast that, here, we'll say it's here, just for the sake of ease for me. You hear water and chunky material land next to you, like near you into this pool. Just more like as a large flap of skin floats over to the pillar.
Why skin?
How much poop is on it?
That's a good bit.
Yeah, okay.
It says a clear answer.
Or an omen.
Oh, let me pull this up.
Gub, isn't this just mush? This is just rotten mush.
Mush doesn't have poop in it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or
Yeah, I'm sorry. The little shortcut spell thing I have doesn't give all the spell. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Make sure you read all the spell.
on this tanned piece of, it's more like leather, I guess would be a better way to say that. On this tanned piece of leather is like a book title that's been mostly smeared, but it says
Clericing for Dummies.
the potential outcome, that part's cut off, unknown. Depends on the actions of you.
And this is why no one's ever a divination wizard.
It's not that. It's more of like,
I'm sorry, but that's not telling me anything at all.
Yeah.
maybe.
The
Here's a short phrase for you. Maybe.
The question that you asked is way too wild. Like, how... It depends if John uses it. If he doesn't, then it might not intervene. If he does use it,
Like,
then it might
The
definitely...
more specific and clear the potential outcomes, the more clear the answer.
If you said
This
if
one,
he
I
uses the
don't
sign-
have an answer. Like,
You just
Wow.
magic 8-ball, signs point to maybe. Like,
Exactly.
I genuinely, it could or could
Yeah.
not, depending on what you choose
That's
to
one
do.
of
If
those
he
spells
uses it or
that-
not, if you kill the
Can he
lich
use it?
quickly or not, if
Yeah.
John falls unconscious with this, I don't
is,
know.
I
Is
guess
the king in the living room? It's like,
Also,
no.
it's-
Okay, we know
it's-
he's not there. Like, yes or no.
it's better for
remember the-
things that aren't under the player's control. Like Will.
Well, I was sort of meaning, is the guy gonna try and take cover during our fight? Like,
Maybe.
okay,
Do you remember the monkey's paw that we used in the last campaign?
the
And we
cursed
took, like-
item, yeah.
We took like an hour to think of every single option that could fuck us over. That's one of those spells where you have to break it down bit by bit.
Yeah,
to
you
make
want
sure
to
if you
pick
want
like
a
a piece,
specific
like,
answer.
okay, are there any dangers on our flight up to this, or will we face
Yeah.
any dangers getting through this tunnel? That would have
Depends on your actions.
No, in that case, it's like. The
Well,
path
no,
is-
because it's so like defined. Like, is
Yeah.
there
there a
danger
dragon in this
behind this
cave?
door?
I got it.
Yeah, is there?
I
Yeah,
got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I
Yep,
said,
I get
not
it.
trying to fuck you over. It's one of those like
No, I should have worded it better. I fully get it. Can we move on?
Yep.
I just feel like we're spending too much time on it.
True.
I want to make sure that
No,
the
I fully understand.
Okay. Sounds
No, no hard feelings or anything. I just want to move past it.
Then
Okay.
why do you have a knife in your
Um,
hand?
So, okay. He casts the fly spell on you, as Gub does as well. I'm assuming.
Yes.
As you all begin floating up. As you float up and up and up, eventually hitting, you can see some of the stalagmites or stalactites hanging down. And as you kind of go, you follow the sound of kind of dripping. As you go there, you eventually do find this circle. It's not very difficult. There are key sounds coming from it. And you begin going up. With your dark vision, as you guys are floating up, you see a few things.
Are we
While
casting
you're-
light?
You have dark vision. All of you do.
Yeah. Remember.
Oh yeah, the food.
The mushrooms.
Sorry,
From eating the food of the denizens.
I forgot about that.
There are flaps of skin. There is refuse that has clung to these walls. But as a whole, the entire thing is coated this deep brown.
Poop.
But it smells
It's
of
also
iron.
dried blood. Yeah, as I said, dried blood is brown. So
As you guys begin floating up and up and up, eventually the smell is almost overwhelming to the point to where it's basically all that you're breathing. As you eventually get up to the top, as there's a small circle, as you climb up into it, all of you. It's been about 7 minutes, so you have a little bit of the fly spell left. As you can hear, shh, 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 like a broom on pavement. Shh, shh. As eventually into your vision comes a man with his eyes sewn shut. As you guys are all breathing, what do you do as he comes into your vision?
can I just like
He's not going to touch any of you. There's a little like circle that leans in.
I just
What
want to
was he
like
doing again?
What'd you say, Corey?
What was he doing?
sweeping?
He's sweeping like this pile of mess towards you guys.
His eyes were sewn shut.
Can we just like get out? Can I just get out of the way, like?
Yeah.
But quietly.
Yeah, if everybody wants to roll me a stealth check.
Is he? So once we get out of this portal, we're
With advantage, he's
immediately
blind.
in
If you
his
have
way, right?
disadvantage, it goes. You can once you get out of it, you can move to where you're not directly in his way. Yeah.
Did you want me to cast Pass Without a Trace?
What
Probably
does
not
that
the best time for it, as there is somatic components to that.
Ironically, yes. So yeah, you don't have that.
Could we cast silence on him?
You could, but he might notice
Okay,
the lack
that-
of brooming.
Yeah, that's true.
If you wanted to, though, and like kill him, and throw him down the pit, you absolutely could. It's absolutely an option.
No, this guy doesn't look like he's doing nothing.
Let's see. Okay. If
You
you
a disadvantage, Selena?
Yeah, because of my armor.
No, remember you don't get disadvantage.
I know.
Ox just
No,
said.
no,
just a
that's
straight
why she
roll.
only rolled one. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
that's why I asked if she had disadvantage.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if I could get something that was the equivalent armor of half plate, but was made not out of metal, so that way I'd...
technically, scale mail, unless you find a magical beast, you can't have that either.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there Lamellar you could do too? Or is that Pathfinder only?
Pathfinder.
What's Lamellar?
Who's there?
Just a friend passing through.
I sink an axe into him.
Do you? Are you doing it? Are you just? At the moment, he seems more startled than anything else. It depends on what you guys want to do.
You know,
10,
don't-
9. Okay.
Matt, don't
Okay.
mention anything. It's okay. We're just passing through.
Mention what?
Exactly. Keep sweeping. You're doing a good job.
Keeps coming towards you guys as he rolls
Just
it
go
over.
right by him. Just
Yeah, you guys are just gonna walk around him.
We'll fly past him.
yeah, just.
Okay.
Yeah, why are we touching the ground? We should be flying, Hawk.
Yeah, you guys can do that.
I mean, to be fair, what's his name still has to concentrate if we want to keep flying, and
yeah,
I think that after we
eventually
get,
he's just gonna stop. Well, he doesn't know, so he's probably just gonna take it to the full length.
I'm
Alright.
gonna hit
He
the
doesn't
floor
know.
beforehand.
I'll keep concentrating then.
Well, you'd know how
As-
if you cast it at the same time, you'd know roughly when it's going to run out.
10 minutes, so.
As you guys keep going for a while, there is heavy heat coming from in front of you. As you continue flying on the top of this hallway, from the left and right you can see orange glows. As some of the lower hanging of you can see what looks like leather that's been stretched that's currently on what seems to be some form of drying rack.
Can I identify what kind of leather it is?
If you go in there, absolutely.
Just by sight? Even
Nope. There are hundreds of animals that have similar flesh tones.
okay. Or do I recognize it as
John.
humanoid?
John,
John,
What?
you're muted.
you were muted.
So you want to take a look in there?
Well, if you said we just
See,
saw it
like
while
a
glancing
corner,
by,
you can go down and look at it.
then no. I thought it was. I thought
You
we
can
had.
lower yourself 2 feet and see it.
Yes.
Okay. It's stretched about 12 feet across. You don't know how high.
I'll assume it's.
Two
Probably mole rat.
things: human or mole rat.
Or dwarf.
Human rat.
Or
Sure.
well, I'm just
you meant
humanoid.
Humanoid, okay.
We've seen two things down here.
I might actually at this point
And
cast Pass Without a Trace.
Well,
Okay.
So
Big fucking fish.
Thank
Um,
you,
I'm
Saluna.
saying the living
That's fair.
things.
Thank you.
so everyone, if we do make stealth checks or whatever, it's a +10, and we leave no magical tracks.
Can anybody
Oh, yeah.
cast message?
No.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Good.
Is it- Should have made like a little like earpiece for your Tinker's thing of message for your
I-
cantrip.
I thought about it a long time ago, but the problem is it's a lot more restrictive than you expect. Like it doesn't go through like 1 foot of stone or
Yeah, but if it's in line of sight, you just whisper.
yes.
Little walkie-talkie.
I like it more though as the idea of like I don't know, having it for a longer distance.
You know, like
Like
a
a sending
radio,
stone.
basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a
like a sending stone?
walkie-talkie.
You could have made sending stones.
I almost did. They were up there as one of the ones I wanted.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I just thought that this was more gub, and like I said, the last thing I made was pretty RP heavy, so I felt this
Yeah,
was
No, that's
more
totally fine.
necessary.
As you guys continue moving forward, slowly trying to be stealthy about this, you see another man begins walking into your vision as you all stop. You're not touching anything. There's no way he's going to identify it because his eyes are also sewn shut. As he's going to walk underneath you guys, it looks like he's wearing a butcher's outfit. He's wearing a brown leathered apron that has blood on it, and he's going with like a little toolkit with him, and he goes down the hallway and eventually takes a right into one of these rooms that has the tanner's kits up.
Kind of when he's out of earshot, it's like, should we maybe talk to some of these people to find out what's going on down here?
Absolutely not. Are you crazy? We're lucky that that one guy you talked to seemed like he.
Oh wait, fuck. Did that guy have a collar? The first guy, Ox?
The first guy did have a collar. It's a
Fuck.
black collar.
They all have collars.
It's okay. I don't think that they're watching necessarily all the slaves.
Second guy also
Um,
has a black collar.
If that's not. Never mind.
I think we need to move forward, assuming there's a chance they know we're here.
Yeah.
You all agree?
Yeah.
More like
Yeah, as you guys keep moving forward, you go down a fairly long hallway as there's still this main avenue that looks like it's swept constantly. As you eventually hit a point where this room opens up, and you can see butcher tables on either side. You can see baskets of body part. They're kind of mushed and mashed together. And on the far, you can see a couple empty cages, but the room is too big for you to see the peripheral. But you can see a couple empty cages. But you do see one guy kind of on a millstone, like sharpening a tanner's knife, and looks like he has some other knives beside him.
Does he move his head while he works?
Not really. No, he's just kind of, as you can hear, kind of the millstone turning, and you can hear, like, see the sparks flying off it as he's just kind of sharpening down some of these weapons, and he pulls them off and polishes them, and then keeps going at it.
Is his head moving with it?
I mean, it's just a millstone right in
He
front
wants
of
to know.
Well, you
if
said
his
he
eyes
was
are
pulling
still
him up
shut.
and polishing. Is he? Is
him. Yeah,
his
I mean,
head
he
going-
is, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so he's minorly moving his head, yeah.
I know what's going on here, guys. They're stealing our idea to make a giant bag so you can polymorph and sneak an army along.
Oxford is like stealing my ideas.
Yeah.
That's true.
Guys, I think this
Somebody-
guy might be able to
it's really
see.
funny, GG.
If
You
you
said
guys
I
want, somebody
have
can
an
roll
idea
a
this one.
stealth check to move. Actually, really, if you could roll a stealth check if you want to try to like cling to the shadows at the peripheral to kind of get around so you can see his face. If you guys want to do that.
I don't really care.
Don't want to make a stealth check, so.
Okay.
Like I'm honestly just assuming that every one of them can see unless I specifically see crosses on their eyes.
I think
So,
that's fair.
and even then, I'm still gonna try and kind of stay out of their peripherals. Like I'm assuming we're kind of
Oh, wait,
flying
I
near
know
the
why I didn't
ceiling.
describe it. You actually don't hear the grinding, by the way. I just realized that.
Okay.
I'll hear you.
And whispering to each other, there's no noise.
So we can't. What about that one guy?
Before there was noise. When you
Now?
enter into this room, there's no longer any noise.
Okay.
Do you feel anything when you're under the effects of a silent spell, or is it just,
You just can't
no
talk.
sound?
Like there's no sound. There's
Okay.
nothing. Like your chain links, like as you're flying, there's still a little bit of like. There's nothing.
Like you would
No.
probably notice that there's no ambiance like immediately.
Yeah.
Like it would just
There's
be
nothing.
like
It's a little too
like
quiet.
maybe you would hear footsteps in the distance before, and then immediately
Yep.
just whoop, there's nothing. So
What if we had tinnitus? Would we hear the ringing still?
Yes.
Mwah,
Okay. You
Womp.
don't hear it.
Womp.
There's no noise.
mwah.
Womp.
Mop.
Are
Mop.
you guys want to move around to check the cages at all, or are you guys just kind of
No.
Are there people in the cages?
you can't? You can only see a couple close, and they're empty.
Okay, no, I don't care. I'm looking for a king, actually.
As you continue flying forward, we're getting close, very, very close to the end of your fly spell.
Okay.
Assume, are we all not walking? Are we still flying?
Yeah, we're
No,
hot.
we've been flying. We've been
Yeah, 10
flying.
minutes
now,
of flying.
Okay.
So
I figured I would have.
We had 3 when we got up here.
I guess if we're getting close, we should probably lower.
Yeah,
ourselves
I'd be
down
like-
quietly, so we yeah.
So you guys move down to the ground. As you're being pushed forward, you see coming towards you, breaking the shadow of the kind of edge of your night vision, a form. You see a man with the crossed eyes with chains in his hand. And as he's walking forward, moves forward. Chains keep going 5,
Do we hear the chains?
10, nope, 20, 30 feet, and behind him you see a creature. Have you ever seen a pug?
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
like the
Is it a
fold-
Yes.
bug?
we have all seen a
So,
pug.
But, okay, but I'm more like the overfolding of skin. So you
Uh-huh.
see a little bipedal, maybe 4.5 foot tall pug as it's kind of carrying its own flaps of skin moving forward.
Is the chain connected to it?
Yep, the chain is connected to it
Does-
to its hands as it's kind of carrying. These
Does it look
flaps of
like
skin.
any of the kind of abomination things that we saw outside?
It doesn't look like those. It does look
Okay.
like some kind of
So-
abomination.
But it looks
Can
like
I
a dog.
like tug on Solomon?
Yeah.
Starting
I point
Uh,
to Alaric's cat.
over the next minute, I'm gonna try and concentrate on my primeval awareness, which allows me to. It's the thing that lets me sense.
Aberrations, or is it your specific undead and everything?
It's fiends and monstrosities.
Did you have something for the Celestials, Fiends, Undead, Aberrations?
No,
and all
that's
that shit?
John. That's
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, but I have a feeling this
Mine
thing's a
senses it within
monstrosity.
and pinpoints location within 5 miles. His does like 30 feet.
There is one monstrosity about a mile up.
And it's 2 feet in front of you. It's
That thing's not a monstrosity.
It is not a monstrosity.
This wedding is horse shit.
It's
This
probably like a
it's probably
magical
some
beast
super
or something.
specific.
Mile.
It's one of a
up.
kind.
Mile up.
So does it,
Uh,
so does
from
it look
from
like a
the
dog?
outside of because we've been in the keep area before,
We don't know how
Roughly,
deep
you haven't
it goes.
explored the inner keep. That's the problem.
right? But like, could we have seen like? I guess not.
We don't
You
know
don't know how far down.
I
you
don't
are
think it's a
either.
mile up. I don't think this thing is a mile big. That's big.
Yeah,
We
but
did go down a long
dwarves
way.
dig.
It took us 3 hours to get here, to get to just to the bottom. It took us 3
Yeah.
hours. So
Mm,
We were also
pretty
across.
far.
We could have been across a long way. Could have been a back route.
Didn't he
to be
specifically say it was
inconspicuous?
just spiral?
Yeah, you,
Did you
you-
just say
at
we-
the
we
beginning
just
you
went
went into
down
a spiral to get into the sewers, and then you went down, and then when you got
Oh,
into the
okay.
mine
I
tunnels, you
thought
went
I
behind
didn't. Okay, so we were
It's
we were
about a mile up.
consistently going down.
Well, we've
Yeah.
also gone up a good bit.
We've gone
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
100.
you've gone up. Yeah, you've gone up. 500 feet.
I was gonna say
yeah,
that.
So far.
that's not a small amount. That's a
That's a
I
tenth of a
understand.
mile.
That's a
just
quarter
about.
mile.
I
Yeah.
understand.
No, 500
No,
feet.
no, that's an eighth of a
tenth.
mile.
Just about. Yeah. No, a
Just
mile's
eight-
a
500.
mile is 5,000
8,000?
feet.
Yeah,
A
5,000.
Alright,
mile
so
is
it's a mile up.
5,000 feet.
It's a mile up. That's-
I'm
Fine,
trying to-
it's four.
I
It's
was
four.
try-
It's
I
4,000.
was trying to judge whether it's in the castle or above the mountain. I'm not.
You couldn't
I'm
even
not
see
pedantic.
the roof inside. Yeah, I understand. You couldn't even see
Yeah.
the roof inside of the main area. Like, it's a really hollowed out chamber with a lot of really long columns supporting it.
Okay.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't give you any more detail there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's about a mile up.
Okay.
Okay. As you guys push forward,
Wait, before we push forward, are the
do you
dogs?
guys want to do anything about this?
Are the dog's eyelids sewn shut or no?
Can you even
no.
see the dog's
Does it-
eyelids?
Does it? Yeah.
No,
Does it have
it-
eyes?
It has eyes. They are. They look like they're scarred over.
Okay.
Does it have a collar?
It does not have a collar.
It's got chains wrapped around it, doesn't it?
I was more so
Being-
talking, crying.
It's like I said. It's kind
Oh.
of bipedal, just kind of like holding the flaps of skin,
Also, it has 2 legs.
kind of all hunched over, and
That's why Zane was thinking monstrosity.
as you guys keep moving forward, maybe another.
Is there a knowledge check I could make for that?
Yeah.
Is it a humanoid?
What? You could roll like.
I'd assume it's an abomination. That's not monstrosity. Those things are different.
Yeah, I mean,
I assume magical beast.
I don't know what skill check this would be.
Arcana or
Ro-
nature?
roll
check?
me
I
a-
think I know what it is, but I would have
Roll
no
me
idea. what it
Abomination
is.
isn't a type.
Yeah, just roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
It's either A1.
I mean, so
Or aberration or whatever.
it has. It looks, just taking a look at it.
It looks
It's-
gross.
It's folds of skin all over its bodies, its legs, its torso, and it's kind of holding its guttural region, the large kind of flabs of skin there, so it can walk a little more easily as it's put into chains. Its eyes are scarred over. It has large hanging jowls.
I like the word.
And it looks like the teeth have been removed from it. But other than that, like it's bald headed, looks probably male. I just can't give you any more information.
So does
Yeah.
it have broad shoulders, or is it hanging like real?
I mean, it's slunched
Like-
over, like holding itself. It's
yeah, you said it looks probably male.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what are we working with?
That's
Um,
what I'm saying.
Stick.
it's got a dick.
Listen, I
What
want
kind
to move past it because I'm
It's
not
all-
planning
it's-
on fighting it.
Alright. As you guys keep moving forward, you guys see in this room, it's another one of those more open chambers. You see steam. They're in your vision immediately. There are two pipes leading down from the ceiling, and there are a set of chains, and under it these large wooden buckets. And from these pipes, they're not connected to anything, but they're just kind of burling a little bit of steam out of them.
The steam's coming down.
Yeah, it's like a
The room, right?
like a pipe or a tubing kind of that leads down, as there's kind of steam on it. And as you kind of move more into the room, you can see about 4 of these on either side of you. Nothing's connected to them, but you can't see the outer walls again.
So there is steam in the steam coming out into the room, or is it just
Yeah, there's
pushing you
they're like pushing a little bit of steam out of these tubes.
soft skin?
Do you guys want to? You don't see anyone to your left or right. Do you guys want to explore a little bit here?
Not really. I just
Can't see
kinda
the exit either on the other end.
Feel like 20
Should we
feet away.
perhaps hug one of the walls?
Yeah.
always wanting to hug Saluna.
Huh.
Is there
If-
silence in this room too?
Is there what? Yeah.
Silence
there's
in this room.
No noise currently. Still.
So they're not. We can't speak and can't hear nothing. Okay.
You can still write. You have dark vision and stuff. You could write things. You could still use gestures. If you guys want to talk about what you're trying to explain, that's fine too.
I want to take one of my arrows and just while in front of me, just like do this. Keep going.
Okay.
If steam's coming out of those things, I don't know what.
What are you trying to do with that arrow?
I will make sure I don't die.
You're just waving it in front of you? Okay. Are you guys hugging one wall? Or are you going straight ahead? What are you doing?
I'm hugging Corey. She seems to know what she's doing.
Okay. Corey, what are you doing? Going straight, left, right? What are you doing?
Which way looks like it's gonna go up?
We can't see that far.
You
I want
can't
to go
see it.
north.
Um.
North. is up.
Which way looks the most worn?
Survival check.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I thought you said which way looks the most
It
warm.
looks like it
Me too.
pushes up and then it moves to the right. Like in this part, there's not as much, but there's still some slight grooving in the stone. It looks like it goes forward and then to the right. It's not like there's this push room area because we're past that like butchery sort of area, that butchery skinnery area. But it looks like it's just been traveled a lot, so it pushes upwards maybe about 30 feet and then to the right, and then it goes out of your vision.
Okay, I'll go that way.
Okay, so you're gonna follow the right wall then?
Yeah.
Okay. As you follow the right wall,
We're all behind him, right? Or behind her, right? Or are we baiting?
I mean, I said that I was.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
following him.
Me too.
Pass
alright,
that as
so as
as
you
an aura, so I've got to stick there to do that.
yeah, be in the middle. You guys are all clutched together as you're kind of moving. As you see one of these things in the chains. you see this tube is like pushing and moving left and right over top of it as it is chained with its shoulders to the wall, and then there are two chains on the legs that kind of pull it away from the wall as it's kind of over top of this brown bucket that's kind of filled with refuse. As once again the sagging of this creature, its skin folds kind of hanging almost 4 feet off of its body.
Were you angry at us when you made this, and you just wanted to make like a sick, grotesque torture place? Like this
Can
is-
I wanna like write something for Corey. I wanna write just distraction question mark.
we're still in the silence.
Yeah, you're still in the silence.
And I see this guy on like the opposite wall.
No, he's like, you guys are walking past it. It's on the right wall. It's just lined with these chains, these buckets, these steam pipes.
Does he look like he's asleep?
It's not moving.
Do they look like a human that's been really fattened up and then kind of they're getting all the shit off them?
What role would that be?
I have no fucking
medicine.
idea. A medicine check. But just
Yeah,
like,
you can make a medicine check. You can examine him.
yeah, I don't know. Like, have they fattened them up and then like put the lotion on the skin, these guys? Or else they get the hose again?
I'm
11.
just thinking that he fights these things or something.
So as you're kind
Just
of
draining
beginning
their
to
blood
examine
will
it,
do
it
with
starts
something.
it starts shaking. There's no noise, but it starts shaking as you touch it. And as you're kind of doing it, like it is male. You can confirm that.
Do you touch it?
Its teeth have been removed. The skin is so stretched that if this thing was humanoid, like fuck, it doesn't resemble like a human or a dwarf at this point. The skin is so unbelievably stretched that if it is a human, whatever horrors cause this would be unbelievable.
I'm gonna hold up my thing again.
He's holding up his distraction sign, question mark.
Ox, can you speak with items in a silence?
You can.
You can think. Yeah, you
Telepathic,
can
yeah.
think. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, but it
Okay,
has.
You're useless to me.
I'm
then.
interested.
You're useless to me.
Go back to the skin room.
Oh,
See if we can find out what they're using it for.
I
Might
don't
give us some
want to.
information.
I just
Many
want
magical creatures are used as ingredients for different things.
Can
Okay,
that's not a
I'm
bad
gonna
idea,
write. I'm
actually.
gonna write on the back of that page. I
can I use my hammer to knock it
I'm
out?
gonna. I'm gonna write on knock
Absolutely.
what out the thing.
Sap it.
Non-lethal? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, to knock it.
Easy
okay,
enough
I
to
thought
do.
you meant,
It can't make any noise. It is restrained. It's on automatic crit. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
And
Ah.
you can hit it non-lethally. That's just part of the game. Yes.
Okay.
If you don't hit him, you can keep going until you hit him. It's not a big deal. He's not getting out.
He
Okay.
said he said something like many things are used to make magical creatures. What did he say?
Many
whatever
magical
he said.
creatures, like their skin, their hide, can be used as like a magical fragrant.
Alright, I
This
write that down
read.
on the paper and show that to him, and then I write skin room, go to skin room, question mark.
Can we just talk and say we're writing it?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know enough for it to tell me anything. As far as arcane spell.
I think our goal here is to just get through as quick as possible and without notice, and I don't think that's worth it.
Well, we also have to kind of worry about the phylactery, and maybe this has something to do with it.
Were we told about a
He
phylactery?
doesn't
He
have
is
one yet.
he's trying to create one.
Oh,
He
he's
is
trying-
not
Okay,
yet
I forgot
a
he's trying to
lich.
create one.
He's
Does-
not yet a lich.
Do we know? Oh, okay. Does the scythe know how? Like, do you know how to become a lich? What's like the ingredients for it?
There
You
are
gotta know.
Cinnamon and
Does this resemble one? Do you need a lot of blood and shit?
there are so many I could not tell you. One
Okay.
I'm familiar with is a newborn child being born and having the baby eat its own mother's heart, and then
Okay,
mushing the
again,
baby into
not helping.
into paste, boiling it down into an
Give me-
ingredient, and fusing it with a few other ingredients.
I'm gonna maybe this is just for phylactery. We should keep going.
I agree.
Or he's doing this for fun. Which is both
Could just
equally
be
bad.
research too. I think we need to move on.
How much shit can a human body give out in one day? 3 buckets? 2 buckets?
important information.
Two plum chump.
As you keep following that right wall, you pass 2 more of these things. Quick analysis, they're dead. These ones have died in whatever process this is. As eventually you hit the hallway.
Wait, the dead ones, does it look like they've collected anything from them at all? Like,
No.
did they harvest organs or...
Mm-mm.
What's in the bucket underneath them? Is it just refuse?
Just shit, blood, and piss. It's literally what it is.
Does it... So remember when he investigated them, does it look like they cut him at all, or do they just hang him there?
I mean, there's a number of like stretch marks or like
Okay,
where the skin
okay.
folds are. There's a couple cuts and lacerations, but they don't look
Mhm.
like they've been surgically
There's
done.
no, yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing like
No, there's not a
surgical to
blade that
them,
have
there's not-
crossed
okay.
these creatures' bodies.
Okay. so it looks like they've just been hung here and stretched. No any
Or
outside-
the steam or whatever is doing something to
Is
them.
the steam hot? Like if we pass by a thing, can I like put my hand in it real quick and check if it's
I
like
think
dead?
steam is
By,
hot.
by nature,
Yeah,
steam
yeah,
I
is
think
hot.
Yes,
steam
yes.
is hot,
Well,
John.
hold on. There's a difference between steam from a shower and hot steam
And magic
that's
steam.
made to make fucking hot and burn you. You can get burned.
Yeah, but steam from a shower is usually
It's-
because the area is
Listen,
cold.
I'm just asking the question.
I need you to roll me a dexterity save as you do that.
Just to,
I
Okay.
understand. I need you to roll me a dex save as you do that.
Okay, that's probably going to mean it's hot.
that's a good point.
Be ready with that button, in case you lop his hand off so he doesn't have to feel the pain.
That's a +2 on that. Whatever it
Okay.
is, 14.
Okay. A small needle comes out as you do this. It is very warm, and as you pass by it, a small needle comes out, punctures through a joint in your hand armor, like
Mhm.
in your gauntlet, as you're gonna take.
The fuck kind of piping system do they have here?
You have your maximum HP until you take a long rest is -1.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Ox. I'm at 40 now.
I thought you rolled
As
low
As you do that, as you're.
What do you
As you
mean you
keep
thought
going.
I rolled?
for health.
I have
He's had a couple good
43.
rolls,
He,
so-
that is kind of low still.
I got
I have a
45.
D8 and
I
I'm
get
higher than him.
D10s. I get
Yeah.
D10s.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know you got.
D10s. He should be around 60-ish.
And I have a +1 to my con. Oh no, I don't have +1 to my con.
Just an example. I have 60 and I have a D10.
That's closer to average.
Don't touch
It is
the
actually
steam.
average. I just took average.
Needle pokes you.
I didn't think we were allowed to. I thought we had to roll.
Yeah.
I was
Ox has
just
been
making a quick
making us roll.
character.
He was making a quick character. That's fine.
Poor
Well,
shit.
Can't go back and fix it now. I mean, we could.
Let's move past it.
We'll deal with it later. Yeah, that's what happens as you like put your hand in front of the pipe. It is warm. It is not
Mhm.
like scalding hot, but it is quite warm.
Okay.
Like if you were in front of it for a while, it could do some damage potentially.
The steam's not too hot, but the needle inside that pokes you hurts. Don't touch steam.
Good advice.
The arrow that I have, does that have any needles on it?
Does your arrow have any needles?
Remember when he was waving the?
I've
the
been
arrow
doing
in front of
that
it?
as like a.
It doesn't react to the arrow at all as you're doing it.
Oh, it reacts to human stuff.
So it hasn't even fired a needle at it?
It has not fired a needle at your arrow.
Your arrow is not alive, I would assume.
Right, but if there was. If needles were just coming out, then
That's right. It was a fair thing to do.
No, that's fine. You can move your hand in front of it, see if it does it for you too.
no.
Okay. As you're doing that, like I said, it's not doing anything. As you pass and you hit a wall. At that wall, once you hit that wall, there's another entryway on your right. So you kind of peek down it real quick. Can't see anything ahead of you. But this is logically where that path would have led. You guys going down that, or you're going to keep circling the room?
Seluna is pushing ahead. This is a creep show, and she is not comfortable here whatsoever. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Corey, what do you want to do? Circle the room or leave?
Describe the situation again.
So basically, on your right, there is an entryway that looks like this is probably the exit, but ahead of you, you can see more of these like buckets and these like chain setups with these steam pipes. If you want to keep walking around, you haven't seen anybody in here yet. If you want to like circle the room real quick to see what's going on, or if you want to just leave, it's your choice there.
Can't we just get through?
As you guys move forward a little bit, there is another thing on one of the walls. As you move forward, it barely comes into your vision before you leave. Just with that quick peripheral glance, it does look different.
I'll motion for them to stay, and I'll get a little bit closer.
As you get closer so that you can kind of see it, you can see a hanging man, it looks like, but horrendously obese. Unbelievably so. Gorged to the point of this maybe 5.5 foot tall man is somewhere around the 800, 700 pounds.
Bless you.
And the steam is moving over top of it, and each time it moves, there's a jolt, and every time it moves, it seems like his stomach sinks in a little bit, and as it moves and moves and moves, as you kind of watch it do its thing for a little while, it looks like it's extracting out of this man. As he is conscious, and you can tell he would be screaming if there was noise.
I'll go back and I relay the information. Sounds like you're right. Solomon.
Good.
If he's still doing it, that means he hasn't completed it yet.
Which means we have to hurry.
Yeah, we continue on.
Yeah.
You should keep pushing on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask. Was it a human?
Humanoid. I mean, the fat is so extended, like you can barely see the arms that are hanging.
Okay.
How tall was it?
From head to like foot, maybe 5.5-ish feet.
So it could have been dwarf, could have been human.
Depending on
Human dwarf.
or it could have been a crossbreed as well.
Aren't you glad,
Those are-
Clayton, that we stopped you from that ring? This is
Humor.
what you would have ended up as.
Yeah, gum shudders.
Remembers the fat days.
As you guys keep moving forward, you see another one of these sewed-eyed individuals with a rope this time. And as he's walking past, there is a iron wagon as one of these incredibly obese creatures, humanoids, whatever, is being wheeled past you guys. As he's just holding it and just walking past.
Still silence, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. You guys out of the way, let it pass. Doing anything?
Yeah. I don't know anything.
I still
He
think we,
passes by.
still think we should be doing something to sabotage it. He may not be finished, but
If we kill him, we don't need to sabotage.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think DT's right.
And let him know that we're here by messing with his operation.
It would be a super coincidence if we made it here just in time for his phylactery to be complete.
You don't know how
It's
stories
more
work, do
it's
you?
more just like as a failsafe if this doesn't work out. Like I
Or
know
if you
that
have to
we're
retreat and come back.
yeah, I'm more I know that we're kind of on the assumption that if we fail here, it's over. But I do kind of care if these people have to live shitty lives, and I think if we could postpone that for at least a little bit.
I'll just say this. At the extent that these people, as you've identified them, have passed, the only release for them would be death, truthfully. They're so beyond the human limitation, whether magically preserved or otherwise, the only way they could live normal lives is through death.
That didn't make any sense, but
Truthfully,
The only
that's
way
it.
that they could be
At
Any
peace.
form of normalcy.
any relief.
Yeah.
any.
They're so distended. Their bodies have been stretched beyond limits. That the only thing that if they were to live, they would be in agonizing pain.
So are we gonna go on a shirtless montage of murdering everything in here?
I think it would be more like maybe
I
I
don't
could
think it's
plant
worth
a bomb or something to go off. If
Do you
What
have a
guys talk about?
bomb?
Why don't you guys talk about this for a sec? I'm gonna go pee real quick, but talk about it for a second.
Do you have a
Yeah.
time bomb?
We'll just go and break for a moment.
I could have sworn I had something of like delayed.
T, are you muted? Actually, not joking. Hello. Oh, okay.
Yep, we're back.
Yeah. So, are you guys? What are you guys doing? He wheels this man past you.
Nothing.
As he wheels him past you, as you guys continue on, as you guys enter another one of those large chambers, as this looks like this is where they fatten. You see a similar kind of setup with these chains and otherwise, but they have the tubes lead into their mouth, as there are a number of like ruins or these large poles that have been pushed into their bodies. And there are runes inscribed onto these metal poles. You see a couple of them laying around.
How close are we to the rune?
To the what?
To the runes on the poles?
I mean, you can find an empty set. Like there's like a stand for them in front of each of these stations.
Do I recognize any of the runes from the?
Knowledge, religion,
I was gonna ask for smithing from the dwarven smith who put runes on weapons.
religion.
Okay.
It's very different. I'll give you advantage on it though because of your experience with similar things.
Sweet, thank you.
Taking a look, you recognize only one of them, which it's one of them is a rune that, when imbued onto armor, seemingly increases people's constitutions. That's all you get.
I can pretty much get a good idea of what it does. At least to me.
Hey, Ox.
Yeah.
Do I see the name Azazel anywhere?
Make an investigation check.
I'm pretty sure it's +5.
So can I start with why?
Why?
Yeah.
That was the name of my ring.
It's fair. You do speak Dwarven. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Currently, no.
So- Currently, no. I'll let you know if you do.
Okay.
As you begin pushing through this room, once again, you don't see the exit. You want to make a survival check to see about wear and tear.
Can I aid him?
Absolutely. Dwarven craftsmanship. Absolutely. Okay. Awesome. There are wheel carts, and these tracks are what is laid. At first, you don't recognize it, but Alaric notices the kind of dual curvature in the stone. It looks like at this part, whether a harder stone or otherwise, the human tread isn't there, but these wheel carts from this heavy weight is there. It goes up and to the left as you guys begin walking that wall, as you see a number of people, about 8 people in total that you pass, on different stages of this fat. 3 of them look like they're ready to pop. One of them looks like they have far past the point of popping. You see one of them, a relatively normal-sized human with these rods implanted in. She is a human, and she has these rods implanted. It's like right here, and then throughout her stomach area. As a similar thing, but it looks like she has either just been connected. She's just been connected effectively, or maybe just a little afterwards.
Right. If she's new enough, maybe we could free her, and then she works on destroying the place.
What happened to not risking blowing the cover?
Hmm?
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you want to commit to that, I don't think that freeing anyone will really work, especially if they have runes on this. Who
I
knows
agree.
if they could be scrying or have some sort of alarm spell on them if they're taken off.
Roll your artificer kits as well for me, because this would be akin to what you do as well, although slightly different, being specifically
Like
German.
a
You don't get
tool?
advantage. Yeah, your
roll, or-
tools for your art. Yeah.
Okay. With intelligence, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty bad.
Okay. So, exactly what Alark was thinking before. While you don't know the specific nature of it, these ruins are probably for specific purposes. More than likely not scrying, considering they're chained. One is for Constitution. It's more than likely with that roll to elongate their lives so that they can survive this process. As the amount of weight from the fat would bear down heavily on their internal. So this is those rods that are implanted in them are effectively what keep them alive through this process.
I mean, if you want to try, they might not be scryed on, but at the same
No.
time,
I really don't think it's a good idea. If we're gonna commit, I agree we should just commit and try and get through this. We can save much more people if we do this correctly. Not saying you're wrong, it's just
there's
a
a correct
possibility.
way to do this. There's a correct way.
I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying there's a possibility to mess up by doing it.
Well, by implying there's a correct way, that would also imply there's a wrong way.
We are here to just kill him.
I'm just sorry.
I forget I
just-
said correct. You're nitpicking what I said.
I think here's the thing: anyone who is good aligned should have horrendous problems with this, while understanding that it might be needed. That's truthfully what's going on. This is horrendous.
Yeah, kind of getting that.
This is an abomination to nature, and this is so far beyond what any person under any torture profile would be subjected to, that if you're good aligned, this is unbelievable to deal with.
The guys at
Dude,
Auschwitz
it's
are
the
probably
only
going,
good
yeah,
aligned.
hang on a second.
Yeah, this is bad. And whatever they're using this for is bad too. So I understand where Gub is coming from.
I'm not saying I don't understand it.
I'm more expressing like potentially how your characters are maybe feeling about this. The more neutral characters would understand like we are saving more lives if we succeed.
Yeah.
The good characters would have horrendous issue with this. The evil characters would be more like it's none
Taking
of our
notes.
concern. Yeah, it's none of our concern
Taking notes.
at all. With that role though, these rods could be used for not these purposes. If you were to implant them in a normal human under circumstances, they would probably empower that human. I'm just giving you that information as well. Just so you know.
Bend over, Solomon. We're going to shove this up your butt.
Any more dialogue about this situation?
No, we're moving on.
As you move onwards, eventually finding the end of the hallway, passing a number of these people throughout different stages. That one you passed, she was in the earliest stage. Everyone else was at different points throughout. Some of them screaming. All of them have these scars over their eyes as they're kind of shaking as you begin walking down. As another one of these people pass with their sewn eyes, no chains or anything, as they pass, as you have become accustomed, move out of their way, don't let them touch as they go past. As you go another 30 or 40 feet, the silence ends and the chain mail begins clinking. The scale mail clinks, and you hear it almost immediately as you hear from the distance weeping and sobbing and crying coming from in front of you.
Can I motion for us to step back? Wait, no, I can. Yeah, I'll personally step back into the silence and write. Do you want me to cast silence?
It's not on a person, it's on an area.
Yeah, it doesn't move with us.
That's
Yeah.
only it's
Fuck.
Pathfinder. It moves
Sorry,
with you.
I made that mistake last time too.
Not to mention, I would like to be able to hear what's coming up if they can hear
Yeah.
stuff. They might
Yeah.
I
not
was
hear
more so
us.
meaning for our sneak.
Well,
Right,
we
but I
have
would-
passed without a trace, and I'm pretty confident with just that.
Okay.
Yep. Since you guys are re-entering stealth, I'd like you all to roll it. It's a +5, right?
10.
10.
10. Okay.
Do we have disadvantage if we normally have it?
Yes. There's no advantage or disadvantage right now. It's just whatever you would normally have. So if you have disadvantage, you have it. If you don't have advantage, to cancel it.
I probably should actually turn into a mouse or something.
That's fine. Well, you also need to be able to cast spells if needed.
Yeah.
So I understand why you're not.
Sid +10.
Yeah, it's +10.
I didn't realize how many people have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys roll well.
No,
you
we
guys-
rolled poorly actually.
With
Stealth
the
checks only
with
really
the plus
matter for the
10, you
worst
rolled
one.
well.
I mean, Solomon
Roll a 14.
rolled a
That's pretty
14.
fucking low.
Who has above a 14 passive perception? Oh, okay,
Half-
3 people.
Half the group.
At what level are you guys?
7.
6.
Oh, okay, just okay.
Hey, Alex, we're in a
I mean-
witch's fucking castle. So I'm assuming that more than one person here is gonna be higher than level 5.
Fair enough.
Level 2 lich.
So you
Hi,
guys split up opposite ends of this hallways. That way you can easily move out of the way, or you conga lining. Doesn't
Probably. How big is the hallway?
it's like 10 feet wide. Like somebody
So we
they've
can
been
double
passing
it.
in between you guys. It's not a big issue.
There's enough time that if someone was coming down the hallway, we could scooch into one line. Right? It's not
you
like curved
you
right
have
now.
to move across the hallway.
It's not curved right now. Though.
It's
Like,
not
we
curved
can
right
see
now,
a
no.
long shot. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we should. There's really no benefit to doubling up.
Well,
Because if
having
combat's
more
gonna
people
start.
forward,
What?
having more people eyes forward, and having more people closer.
Having not be lightning bolted.
Yeah.
Can Saluna's buff reach us all if we're
Or fireballed.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a 10-foot radius, right?
30, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. If you're on opposite.
Well, if it was 10, we weren't gonna be able to.
Yeah.
No.
Within
only
30
still-
feet of me.
Yeah,
All
so if she's on the other side, it's fine.
I think we should double up the front, but still keep most of the people on the wall. Like keep 2, and then 3 here. Or 2 and
Yeah,
then-
okay, I gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
Gub's okay being behind someone.
I'm gonna be in the front with
Okay, you're gonna be
probably
on the opposite
a
wall
Lark.
then?
Yep.
Okay, Alark's on there. Okay. As you
yeah, I'm
guys,
opposite wall.
and then Corey, Saluna, you have 3 people behind those front 2. So,
It's us 2 in the front, and then hugging the wall with a Lark is Gub, Saluna, and Corey.
in that order.
But in whatever order they want. Those
Not
are the people
Gubbin
hugging the
first.
wall.
Well, it's
I'd
a Lark in front of you.
Oh.
It's a
Me,
Lark,
Lark,
someone.
Mhm,
Thought I
stacked
was
up
leading.
behind.
Yeah, if you want Corey to lead too,
I'd
she's
kind
in
of
front the
rather
wall.
have Corey lead. Corey
Oh.
seems to have a better knack for tracking and
That's fair.
Yeah, well, she's been leading this
being
entire time.
stealthy.
Yeah, so it's Corey, Alaric, someone. So
Yes.
we'll say Saluna and then go.
I'll take up the rear.
Well, I thought you were on the other wall.
No, because those 2 are leading, so they can. Because
Oh,
don't
okay,
be
so you're gonna take
wide.
up the rear. Okay, gotcha.
I'll take up the
Fine.
rear. Yeah.
So as you guys keep pushing forward, you get into where you can hear screaming, you can hear crying. As you look to your left, you can see a red hot poker with flames burning kind of up and down on it. As in front of it, you see a man's face as it's just in front of them, directly horizontally to it, as they're just screaming as it's in front of them. They're about 30 feet to your left. As to your right, you can see the same thing on about 4 different things. 4 different stations as you see people set there. As to your immediate left and right, you can see these pipings or tubes are directly behind these iron rods as the same chain and bucket setup is set up from before.
Same races, like varying
They're
races.
very distant, so more than likely, but they're, like I said, the only light are these iron rods, and they're within 30 feet. Yeah, you can see what seems to be something akin to these 35 feet tall, but there's a lot more crying and screaming coming around from the 4 stations you can see that are currently active.
Hey
Are you
guys.
saying that the sorry?
Hey guys. I just want to say, I think we did a good job choosing to kill the king.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
getting
this
that.
guy. Fuck this guy.
I would like very much to see him dead.
It probably would be easier and less people would die if we killed the vampire, but this guy's pretty evil.
We would have just moved past him.
It's super weird if we can call a vampire the less evil one.
I agree.
He was saving people,
To
at
be fair,
least.
Skeleton,
They were undead people,
vampire,
but they.
lich. There is a hierarchy.
Yeah, true.
You know what a lich is? Where'd you learn this?
Of course. Don't you remember when we found that extra fish because we killed one? I never knew that fish were capable of such things.
The scythe told me what a lich was. Something
That,
about a
that fish
baby
image.
eating its mom's heart. It's really scary.
Oh,
Scary shit.
That
This
seems akin to
guys.
this.
guys, we might be fighting a goblin. I'm just warning you.
I thought you were nice. We might be fighting a baby.
Yeah,
As you guys are.
this
making
guy's
light,
obviously mad. Liches be crazy.
Let's
As
just be crazy.
One of these blind people walks past with this white stone in his hand as he goes over to just outside of your vision as you hear screaming coming. As you can see just this guy's back. As you can hear screaming as you hear a sound.
Yep.
And then screaming happens as you hear like what sounds like metal chains, clamps or otherwise kind of just being set.
I assume we hear a bit of a sizzle.
No sizzle.
So it's not him knocking the fire bar into the guy's eyes.
It's not Applebee's or
As he
Chili's.
turns around, walks towards you guys, and to his left, so your right, as he walks past that hallway and down to the right.
We can't see what he just did.
If you move like 5-10 feet forward, you would be able to.
I'll just scooch
I'm gonna
forward.
move 5, 10
So
feet
Luna,
forward.
As you
If
move,
he moves 5, we could see it. Whoever's in front.
yeah, as Corey can move forward and see what's going on. Alaric can as well. As you guys move forward a little bit, he attached this white stone to this guy's face as he's just screaming. As there are clamps on the top of his brow and the bottoms of his cheeks.
What are the clamps doing? Holding the stone there?
No. They seem to be holding skin.
Oh, don't do that. That was creepy.
Starting the stretching process.
They're probably keeping the eyelids open, I'll just say that.
They're going
Oh,
full
so
They're
clockwise.
burning the eye.
He's
Do they
seeing
start-
God.
Are they playing Beethoven Symphony?
Okay.
Keep
I
on
s-
moving.
Keep
Are you gonna
going.
follow that guy or go a different direction?
Find the king.
As you guys follow that guy, go straight, go left. What are you doing?
Seems to be making
Corey?
his rounds. Guessing where he came from is gonna be the start of this to get out.
So you go to
That's
your
my
left.
guess.
You want to follow that thought pattern?
Sure.
As you guys follow it, the crying becomes louder, and the screaming becomes louder as you're passing people currently in this. Some of them outside of your peripherals, just outside of the range of what you can see in the middle of this room as you're kind of following it. It's kind of being quietly and just kind of moving, trying not to get too close to the edges, in case some of these people can see. As you eventually reach a doorway, moving through this hallway, and eventually into a large chamber. As you can see, cages and dozens of people inside of both cages on the left and right. This hall is about 25 feet wide with these large prison-like cells that are stuffed to the brim with humans and humanoids, dwarves, anything that they can put in these. None of them wearing collars. The despots, the despondent, the people who were born without families, without masters, have been shoved in these caves or into these cages.
Are they moving?
Yeah, they're all screaming, crying.
that would be two.
Is there a lot of light near us?
No,
Like,
there's no light in this whole area except for those hot iron pokers and those tanning sheets seem to be having red coming from.
How do we move past without being seen?
It is dark.
What?
They can only see so
What?
far.
By the screaming people?
They can still see.
These
I
ones
don't-
can see. They do not have scars over their eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, these are guards. Okay, I
No,
thought it was
these
just
No,
are-
no, no,
the-
no.
the-
These
these
are
are-
people in a cage.
Yeah,
And they're
these
screaming.
are sacrifices.
screaming, crying, all that.
Basically, people who were there waiting to do the process too.
What if we just
Cool.
act like we are supposed to be here instead of sneaking?
Yeah, I mean they're already screaming, so
Have. Well,
I mean, it still might
do
be
we
unusual to
see
us.
anybody that doesn't have their anybody that's not like screaming and stuff that doesn't have their eyes nixed?
Well, all of them have eyes.
Right,
But
but
the
he's
only
talking
people you
about, like,
see are people in
guards.
cages. The only
there-
people you see are people in cages.
okay. So there's no people
But
walking around
You
in
can
this
only
room.
see 60 feet.
Okay.
Right.
But like, can we walk through the middle of this room, not being seen from the others?
Probably not. Because it's only about 25 feet wide.
Yeah.
So are we just running through? Is that is
Pass without a trace in darkness. Or we just move forward, kind of walking confidently.
Yeah, I mean, how many of them are level 7 with over 14 passive?
The bigger thing here is there's no cover, so they get advantage on this. I'm gonna give them past their passive because it's not like there's no reason they should not see you, unless they're just not looking. Truthfully, you're like walking on an empty street right now. Like there's no reason they can't see you unless
said
you're
the
invisible.
rooms. You said the room's 25
Feet wide.
feet wide. Ox, would you say if I did something to scare them, they'd get disadvantage because they're already scared?
And it depends on what it is exactly.
Alright, I'm not gonna do it then.
Yeah, I mean,
Terrifying
probably.
visage. Is that what you're...
Yeah, I feel like these guys have already seen some fucked up shit. and
Yeah,
heard
you
some
could
fucked
try
up
an
shit.
intimidation check on them to
No,
get
I'm
them to
good.
shut the
No.
fuck up.
What if we try it
Um,
this way?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
How many exits are in the room?
You can't see the end. There's the way you came from. There's cages on both sides.
But
That's it.
do we see other like doors along the way?
You haven't seen anything. It's just been all one hallway to funnel them in or out. That's it.
Do
Let's
we
try
wanna-
going.
Do we want to go
far
Temple
as
of
you can-
Doom and just like crack the cage open, let them all run out, cause a distraction?
The whole point is to not let them know we're here.
Yeah, I know, but it seems like we have to go through this way anyway. We could look for more exits behind us, but it seems like it makes sense to have one way in, one way out in a place like this. We're gonna have to go through there anyway, and they're gonna see us.
Yeah, if you have multiple exits, that's just more guards that you have to post to watch to
Here.
make sure nobody escapes.
At this point, you hear metal.
I hear metal.
Behind us?
What does metal
or
sound like?
in front of us?
Coming from in front.
Just pull off to the side and wait and see who it is.
This guy probably has eyes.
Shut up, you fools! God, you fucks! Fine! As you hear metal hit metal, as you hear what sounds like gore spilling. Shut up! As a blade is dislodged from flesh outside of your vision. As you hear a ton of screaming in horror.
Should we try and sneak by now?
She's coming down soon! She'll pick the lot of you! Shut up! I know, yes, yes, yes! As they're screaming, I know, yes, yes, yes! You want to each be picked for the task, but only a few of you can go. The rest of you get fed to the war beasts.
Right,
Coming
some of
towards
these are volunteers.
I don't think any of them are
I
volunteers.
I think, he
think
was
he's
joking.
just saying that as a joke.
Well then,
I hope, even if that wasn't a joke, TT, I appreciate you saying.
I want to get within sight range of this guy.
You can't see him without moving into the room. You guys
Are they
hidden,
all crowded
mostly
around?
obscured. They're obscured towards the entrance. You can't see any further in. Like you're at the range without exposing yourself fully to the cages.
I mean, how high up is this place?
you can't really see. That's the you
So the
cannot-
ceiling
you
goes
cannot-
up a good amount, though.
Well,
to a
the
point.
problem is you're not correct, but you can't see because if you go any more further, the cages can just fully see past like the slits of walls. Like you pushed
So
up. So you
what you're saying is the hallway that we are in, the ceiling is lower
the
than
hallway
that one.
you're in, it's like maybe correct.
Okay.
The hallway that you guys are in is maybe 15 or so feet tall.
The room ahead might be like 80. We don't know.
You cannot see it, and like I said, you
Is
might
it
be
a
able to if you
door
move.
adjoining these two rooms, or is it
It's just an
open?
It's just an open hallway.
So potentially, if we climb up and scale the wall, and then get in, maybe we can go further up.
I mean, it's about 20 feet. You'd have to crawl along the roof and then up a vertical or a horizontal slant.
We control the horizontal. We control the vertical too.
You're not flying anymore.
I'm a druid. Spider.
Okay.
Well, so you do.
Well,
we
the
don't.
reason I was bringing up
I'm
the
trying to get an
floor
understanding of
is
exactly what you're
because
asking, Corey. Go ahead, Gub. Continue though.
I do have another scroll of fly, and if maybe I could get one of us through, then we could figure something out from there.
I think we should stick together here. God forbid something happens.
As you begin hearing flesh on metal, as just quiet down. As you hear
Donald Duck.
a large pop. You hear once again screaming coming. As you hear the collapse of a body.
It sounds like one guy. Kill him.
I'd like to wait to see if he has a collar.
Why does? Yes. It's... Sounds like there's someone coming soon, so I think we need to make the jump now.
Every time you hear it, and then these things happen, and then you hear the metal.
It's him.
Yeah, I know.
He's
He
got
said
an armor.
he said something like the queen is coming.
Oh,
She's coming.
She
I'm
is
assuming.
coming.
I'm
He is a
assuming
she,
queen.
not queen. I don't think a queen is coming down here.
I would think more.
Said
of,
something.
You know.
He said something. Yostoki
some
said something
higher
a while
guard.
ago.
I mean,
Okay.
he just said she. That could be anyone. We don't
That's
know
whatever.
what.
There's someone else coming, so if we make the jump now on one guy, it might end quicker.
I agree. I think if these people are thrown into chaos over us, I don't think the guards will even be able to distinguish from
I
them
agree.
screaming over pain or screaming over saviors.
Yeah.
So
Jump him.
I agree.
Okay.
And I didn't.
Uh,
I unlearned hold person. Oh no, I didn't.
You
Okay.
guys are just sprinting forward. So I'm gonna have you guys all roll initiative. I'm gonna have you guys have a surprise round. With that though, if you can get him within your vision, you don't know how far away he is at this current time. If you can get within your vision, you can take your actions. Otherwise, you'll take your movement, and then you'll be there.
Oh fuck! You know what I could do?
I was
Fuck.
gonna say, can we wait while in?
I can have my cat fly up, and I can use my shared vision, and I can look at the whole room if he flies up top.
Yeah, if you wanna do that real quick.
Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah, make it
That's
quick.
fair.
I'd like to try it.
Okay, how far is your dark vision on your cat?
Should be. Let's assume it's 60 until I say different. I'm looking what you sent me now.
Now, I probably only got another. Well, I probably should finish now.
If it's not listed, it's 60 feet from the food.
Do you have time for a combat, TT?
Probably not, unless it's real quick.
We're gonna end pretty quick. Why don't we end with his vision and then we'll end there.
Yep. Okay. Sorry for the short session and whatnot. I just got other shit to do.
you should be. It's all
It's
your
not.
fault.
It's
Oh,
30
it's-
feet. Mark.
It's not because everyone was
30.
4 hours late getting there.
Okay. So you fly up to the roof.
No one was late. Everyone was on the
Fly
time.
up so that you can see the entire length of the room, and he begins flying down. Stealth check with advantage. For the owl wings.
And if he's moved out of me, he wouldn't see the.
He does not get the +10.
If he's outside of 30 feet.
As you fly down, about 70 feet, you see the guard as you fly down to the other room. It's about 100-foot long hallway. As hello, Beastie. How'd you get there? As you hear as a crossbow bolt fires. We're gonna end our session there.
Logan Scott dies.
And it wasn't Gub's fault.
And we're gonna end there.
Okie dokie.